Okay, good morning students. Welcome to video classes Nilagiri and Degree and PG College. Today we are going to discuss about the first year, first sem Zoology, BSc BJC, first year, first sem Zoology syllabus. So, how many units, each units how many topics, the first of all discuss the first unit number 1, the first chapters Protozoa, second one Porifera, unit number 2 Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, third one Nematihelminthes, and third unit number 3 Annelida, write down the notes. Next Arthropoda, next unit number 4 Mollusca, Echinodermata. The 4 units, each one units in 20 marks, the 4 units in 80 marks. Even the examinations, paper patterns in the total 100 marks. Out of 100 marks, in the 20 marks in the internal, the 80 marks in the theory paper. 80 marks in the external means the theory papers, in the 4 units, each one units in the 20 marks, the 4 units in the 80 marks. The first units in the already the previous classes, the previous years or intermediate levels, already the phylums, the general characters, classifications already they discussed, and BSc BJC, the first years already the general characters, classification and additions, one type study. The first units in the first chapters, the Protozoa. In these chapters we discuss general characters and classification. General characters and classifications in the Protozoa. The additions, one type study. Write down the notes. The syllabus, the first year, first sem Zoology syllabus, write down the notes. Let us see the Protozoa general characters, Protozoa classification, one type study. The type study Protozoa is the Elphidium. Elphidium is the type study. Elphidium is the structure of Elphidium, life cycle of Elphidiums, and next the Protozoans, the locomotion and reproductions. Already the intermediate levels already the studies the Protozoan locomotion and the reproductions discussed. The Protozoa first of all general characters, classifications in the chapters discussed. Elphidium type study, structures and life cycles, and next Protozoa chapters, locomotion and reproductions. Locomotions means locomotory organs, pseudopodium, flagella, ciliums, and next flagellar locomotion, ciliary locomotion. Reproductions means asexual reproductions and sexual reproductions clearly discussed in this chapters in the Protozoa. This clear? Okay, next chapter is the Porifera. Next chapter is Porifera. Porifera is the same general characters. Porifera phylum, general characters, classification. Next type study, Cycon. Next type study, Cycon. The Cycon type study, the structure of Cycon, the canal system of the Cycons, the reproduction of the Cycons, the canal system, the types of canal system, and the spicules, the types of spicules, the development of the spicules. In the chapters we will discuss these chapters. The Porifera chapters we will discuss. We discuss the Porifera chapters, the general characters, commons, all the phylums, all units of the phylums, common, general characters, classifications. In addition, one type study is different. The one phylums and other phylums, the different type studies. The Porifera phylum is the general characters explains, classification explains, and one type study, Cycon or sponges. Cycon or sponges. Next, Cycon sponges, the life cycles, and next then canal system, the water was canal systems now with the circulations the nutritions, circulations and respirations this canal system. And next second unit, the second unit is the Coelenterata. The Coelenterata or Nidaria, the Coelenterata or Nidaria second unit, the second unit in the first chapter, Coelenterata phylum. The Coelenterata phylums also general characters, classification, general characters and classification, general characters and classification. And next one type study, the type study corals and coral reefs in the type studies, the corals and coral reefs, the Obelia type study is Obelia type study, the Obelia life cycles. Next polymorphism, corals and coral reefs, discussed, corals and coral reefs. Next platyhelminth, so corals and coral reefs will discussed in these chapters. The Coelenterata is the general characters discussed and classification discussed. And next Obelia type study and polymorphism, corals and coral reefs, this type of the chapters discussed in the Coelenterata phylum. And next platyhelminths, the platyhelminths is also the Schistosoma hematobium. Platyhelminth is also general characters discussed, classification discussed, and the Schistosoma hematobiums one type studies, and parasites. The parasites also discussed in the platyhelminths. And next chapter is Nematohelminths or Nematoda. Nematoda is the Dracunculus medinensis. The type study discussed in the Nematohelminths. Dracunculus medinensis discussed in the Nematohelminths phylum. And the general characters the same, classification, the Dracunculus medinensis, the life cycles there. So Nematohelminths. This is the second unit in the Coelenterata phylum, Platyhelminths phylum, Nematohelminths phylum. It is clear. Now let us see third unit. Annelida. First chapter is the third unit, Annelida phylum. Annelida phylum first of all general characters this explains or discussed general characters. And next discuss the classification and type study, leech type study, the digestive system, circulatory system, nervous systems, the leeches, they explain the Annelida phylum. And next coelom and coelom ducts. These chapters coelom and coelom ducts. Okay, you can understand. First of all Annelida phylum general characters, Annelida phylum classification, Next type study, leech. Leech in the external morphology and the digestive system, circulatory system, nervous system and reproductive system, coelom and coelom ducts. These topics explain these chapters. And next chapter is the Arthropoda phylum. Arthropoda phylums. So Arthropoda phylum of the Arthropoda. Also first of all general characters, next classification, next type study prawn. Type study prawn. General characters, classification, next type study prawn. The prawns, the appendages, how many pairs of appendages, the respiratory system of the prawns, digestive system of the prawns, circulatory system of the prawns, reproductive system of the prawns, and appetites of appetites. The external functions of the appetites in the peripatus. Peripatus, appetites of peripatus. So in these chapters they discuss the general characters, classification, prawns type study. Prawn type study, appendages, respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system, next nervous system, reproductive system. Next the last one is the peripatus, appetites of peripatus. They explain these chapters. So this is the third unit syllabus. Next coming to the fourth unit, Mollusca phylum. So Mollusca phylum of the Mollusca. The Mollusca phylum, the Mollusca phylums, general characters explain, classification explains, the type study. The type study phyla globosa. Phyla globosa, external morphology, respiratory system, circulatory system or nervous system and reproductive systems. The feral formation, how is the formation of the ferals, the formations they explain the Molluscan phylum. The Molluscan phylum, so phylum Mollusca, the Mollusca phylum general characters explains, classification explains, one type study Phyla globosa. Phyla globosa, external morphology, and next respiratory system, next circulatory system or nervous system, and next reproductive systems and feral formations and torsion and detorsions also explain the Molluscan phylum. And next last chapters, the fourth unit, Echinodermata. So Echinodermata phylum. So Echinodermata phylums also first of all general characters explains, and next classification explains, type study Asterias, the sea stars Asterias, the starfish, the type study starfish. The starfish external morphology, water vascular system, digestive system. Water vascular system and digestive systems explain the Echinodermata and the larval stages. The larval stages of Echinodermata. So number of larval stages in Echinodermata. So we see the fourth unit, the total first year zoology syllabus, 4 units. The first unit in the 2 phylums, second unit in the 3 phylums, third unit in the 2 phylums, fourth unit in the 2 phylums. The total 4 units, each one phylums in the common, general characters, classifications, all phylums, all units, all phylums. The common discuss, the commonly explain the general characters and classification, and additions in the each and every phylums and one type study. Protozoa type study, Elphidium. Next Porifera type study, sponges or Cycon. Next Coelenterata type study, Obelia. Next Platyhelminthes type study, Cystozoa hematobium. Next Nematihelminthes type study, Dracunculus. Next Annelida type study, leech. So the Platyhelminthes Cystozoa. Next this is the type study, Dracunculus. Dracunculus. And Annelida type study, leech. Arthropoda type study, prawn. Mollusca type study, pila. Echinodermata type study, starfish. Each one phylums, different type of the type studies, they clearly explains the each one phylums. This is the syllabus for zoology, first year BSc, BJC, zoology syllabus. Okay, next chapters first units, the protozoa is the next class they start.